Welcome to Stats Amazing here on Commentary Box Sports. I'm Andrew Marmont, and as always, Andrew Ferguson joins me. Andrew, State of Origin, what a fantastic game of Origin there, Game 2, and we're also going to speak about the NRL upcoming round, some of the key milestones. So, Queensland drawing the series 1-1. What can you tell us about their 18-16 win?
Yeah, the main thing about the Queensland win, more than anything, is their improved completion rate, which in Game 1 it was 78%, but increased to 90% in Game 2 there.
So when we say 90%, 78%, over a course of the game, that's at least sort of a few sets of sixes. I mean, their error rate, how do you think that would stack up compared to, say, the Blues?
The Blues was pretty much almost identical to Game 1, but in Game 2 it was pretty much a turning factor. The fact that Queensland were able to hold on to the ball a lot more, as well as reducing the amount of tackles that they missed in the middle of the ruck, made a huge improvement to the way they played the game, and eventually probably played a big role in helping them get across the line for the win as well.
And you're talking about the ruck there, Andrew, as well. So a couple of players, well, one in particular who really stood up and played quite a different game was Cameron Smith. So tell us about his effectiveness in this particular game.
Yeah, look, in Game 1, Cameron Smith made just 2 runs for 4 metres out of dummy half, whereas in Game 2, he made 8 runs. And while he didn't make a lot of metres either, it was the fact that he was being more proactive out of dummy half and more involved in the creative plays, which actually also helped get his forwards on the front foot as well.
Definitely, and also I guess it would have flown on to his playmakers like Cooper Cronk. So you've got an interesting stat or piece of information for us about Cronk.
Yeah, look, Cooper Cronk actually ran the ball less in Game 2, but made quite a lot more metres as well. So he was choosing his runs a lot better and making better metres for Queensland as well, which is also very important for their go forward in the middle.
Excellent. And if you compare some of the New South Wales, maybe their standout performers or perhaps where they fell over, can you tell us anything about their performance?
Yeah, Andrew Fafita was possibly the most notable change from Game 1. He made only 2 runs less in Game 2, but it was a whopping 90 less metres than what he made in that huge Game 1 performance. Whereas you got someone like David Clemmer, who had pretty much exactly the same stats again, and he was a huge boost for the Blues when he came in off the bench.
It's interesting when Clemmer came on, Andrew, I think he would have replaced Aaron Woods, who looked to really, he was very effective, particularly in the first half, and particularly getting out of their own zone, when it comes to kick-off. So how do you think he fared?
Yeah, Aaron Wood seems to be really good in that first 20-minute period, but in the rest of his game, he tends to be less impactful, I guess, as the game started to open up a bit.
And also, going back to Queensland, so the back four, you've got some interesting stats for us there as well.
Yeah, the Maroons three-quarter line made 2 line breaks and 2 try assists in Game 2, whereas in Game 1 they made just the 1 line break. So they were pretty much more involved in attacking as opposed to Game 1, where they were pretty much just defending the whole time.
Yeah, very noticeable difference, and obviously some of the shuffle of like the Billy Slater coming in looked very dangerous. Valentine Holmes, a couple of mistakes, but made up with a try, and Dane Gagai with a couple. So, and certainly some effectiveness there.
Absolutely. I suppose the ball running as well was quite a big improvement for the Maroons in Game 2. Given those back three that you mentioned, they were much better at getting the ball out of their own half, which help with field position, which is always a big thing in Origin.
Yes, certainly, and obviously an inspired sort of team selection or shuffle there by Queensland coach Kevin Walters. So obviously the decider in a few weeks' time, and now we move on to the NRL and round 16. So what can you tell us some of the key milestones that we should be aware of?
Yeah, there's plenty of players with milestones coming up in round 16. For the Broncos, you've got Matt Gillett, who's 1 try away from bringing up his 50th, which is also obviously 200 career points as well. Sasai Feki will be one of 3 players from the Sharks bringing up milestones this week. He'll be playing his 100th game. Wade Graham will be making his 150th game for the Sharks. And James Maloney needs just 3 points to crack 1,600 career points in his career.
1,600 career points, so he must now be really, in the top 10?
I think the way the scoring's been going of late here, I think he's in the top 15.
Top 15, okay. So I guess 2,000 or just over seems to be the mark. So Maloney should he must be 30 now, so he should be a good shot with maybe getting near to that milestone.
At the way he scores points, he should be pretty close to racking up 2,000 points before he retires. This will be the 8th time he'll reach 100 points in a season, in a consecutive season.
Wow, what a fantastic stat that is! 8 times 100 points. That really is that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that with us, Andrew, and also thanks to Rugby League Project, where we got all those, or Andrew got all those great stats. So make sure you check out rugbyleagueproject.org. And again, thanks so much for the great information. We'll see you next week on another edition of Stats Amazing. This is Andrew Marmont and Andrew Ferguson for Commentary Box Sports.